So let's talk about the Chicago Sky's head coach, Coach Marsh, and what he said in the press conference about Angel Reese's performance against the Indian Fever. And I'm like, dude, you're not helping the situation by deflecting blame. And let me show you what he had to say here. I don't think Angel struggled tonight. I think we struggled as a team. It's not about Angel being better for us, it's us being better for Angel. So the way she's playing right now is okay, shooting 30.9% from the field. She has shot worse from the field this year, and her turnovers are up. She's not shooting she's shooting 70% from the free throw line. It's worse than last year. Still not bad, but she's regressed as a basketball player. It's just facts, right? And you look at her footwork in the post. There's no post game. Still can't shoot well from the mid range. She's improved her 3-point percentage, but okay, she doesn't even take more than I think point 0.5 a game. She doesn't take a lot of shots, so that number might be skewed a little. Then on top of that, she looks more like the fourth best option or fifth best option. So the expectation for Angel Reese was, okay, she could be in the same conversation as Caitlin Clark. Now a year later, we're saying she's probably a role player at best and a top 50 player in the WNBA. Not disrespectful. She's great at rebounding, no doubt about that. But when it comes to her post game, her offensive side, where you have to score to win basketball games, it doesn't exist. It's not around. And they're 2-5. They're off to another bad start, and they got to figure this out quickly because if she continues down this road where, yeah, she might rebound the basketball, that's a valuable trade. Don't get me wrong, that's a skill and improve the playmaking. I think she should be at like 5 assists, especially when they're double teaming her. She should kick out to an open shooter or have the point guard reset the offense. That's what Reese should be doing. But if she doesn't improve her scoring output, where she can get to like 16 to 18 points a game, then we look at her differently. That's just how it goes with sports. When you're not meeting expectations, especially when you were a top 10 player in the WNBA draft and you're not progressing, it seems like you're regressing this year on offense. Then we have to have these conversations. You could try to argue, "Oh, well, you haven't watched the games and yada, yada, yada." I saw someone make an argument about, she's being doubled and that's why she's not finishing at the rim. And there's been plenty of tape on her having a smaller person on her and she's still not finishing at the rim. That's just a fact, right? So I don't know where they go from here, but injuries has to turn this around. If she continues to struggle from the field and the numbers aren't looking good and she doesn't get more scoring and this guy continue to lose games, the organization needs to be honest with themselves and ask some hard questions about the outlook for Angel Reese. Not saying she shouldn't be on the team because the rebounding is valuable. You get extra possessions. You get possessions for your team to generate offense. And if you can figure that out, then you move forward because this is not it for the Sky. If this is what you want out of a basketball team, then yeah, you're not going to go very far. You're going to be at the bottom of the standings. And again, you're just going to be an okay basketball team where maybe you make the playoffs, maybe you don't. I found this very interesting. I want to show you this on X, on the Chicago Sky's X account. And they muted people. Unless you've been mentioned by the Chicago Sky account, you're not allowed to share your opinion. That is insane to me. Like, and the WNBA wonders why they're struggling to gain traction in fans. They wonder it because of stuff like this. You don't see this in the NBA. Like, you don't see pages blocked and saying, "Oh, you can't say anything unless we mention you." Here's the Fever's page. They got people responding and engaging with their posts. These people aren't blocked. Of course, they have a much larger following. It's just not even close compared to the Skies page because the Fever are the main reason why. Well, Caitlin Clark, of course, is the main reason why there is interest in the WNBA, and I hope she can get back soon. But going back to this article here, you got to hold her accountable, especially if the expectation is Angel Reese is going to help us get to next level as a franchise. And if you're saying the teammates have to find a way to fit around her game, when the expectation for the number 7 draft pick is to elevate your game, be really good on offense, or at least solid, not regress. If you're not going to hold her accountable or call her out, then Angel's like, "Oh, whatever, I can do whatever I want." The coach thinks I'm okay. And some players might feel a certain way because they're going to be like, "She's trash on offense. She can't score. She can't finish at the rim. She's just been downright awful." And you don't want any tension in the locker room. You don't want that at all. But again, it can't keep going on. You can't call this person a superstar or a star if they're not performing on the basketball court. They're just players who are relegated to specific roles. That's just how it works in the NBA. There's top draft picks, there's expectations, and if it doesn't work out, they're just not good or they're just role players. The same energy has to be applied with WNBA players. So if you have an expectation about a rookie where you see her being a top 10 player in this league, but her sophomore season, she's regressing, and you're upset because fans are having opinions and narratives that are about, well, Angel Reese is just a role player. Can't be mad about that when she's not meeting those expectations. That's how it works with sports. You've got to progress because if you go backwards, then the expectation is going to change and shift in people's minds. So if Angel Reese cannot show us as the season progresses improvements in her post game, shooting from the field, finishing at the rim, then after season 2, we're left with a sample size of 2 seasons where she has shown us she doesn't have the offensive capability to become a number 1 option. She is not a star player in this league. She is not even on the level of superstar. Those are relegated for specific players. She is not in that category. Off the court, sure, she's a celebrity, but on the basketball court, she's not a star or a superstar right now. Those are just facts. You can try to run from it, make up some excuses, but at the end of the day, Angel Reese right now, really good at rebounding, good at stealing the basketball, good at hustling, but as a number 1 option, she is not that type of player as of today. She's got a long season to go. She can still turn things around, but if we don't see any improvements in our post game and the things that need to get better, then we're going to season 3 saying Angel Reese is a top 50 player. And if you don't like it, well, shut us up. Go out and perform on the offensive side of the ball because you got to score baskets. And if you can't score the basketball, you can rebound, you can tip the ball, you can try to score on 2 players all day long. 10 points isn't going to cut it. And it's not a number 1 option role. You got to go out and get at least 20 to 30 points a night. If you're not doing that, you don't belong in those conversations. You're not a star. You're not this person who can uplift the franchise and be a number 1 offensive firepower. And it is what it is. So we'll see how it all plays out for Angel Reese, but I'm just shocked that the coach isn't holding her accountable, especially when people are trying to prop her up in those same conversations as Caitlin Clark and other superstars out there. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I'd love to hear your thoughts about what Coach Marsh had to say about Angel Reese's performance against the Fever. Do you agree or disagree? Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to share the video, and I'll see you in the next one.